What's up, friends? My name's Kevin Basay, singer-songwriter, producer. Today, we're going to be looking at a little bit of Kacey Musgraves, the Grammy award-winning country artist, and one of the 5 country artists that I'm down to listen to. I don't love country music, but Kacey Musgraves puts out some bangers. I mean, her last album, Golden Slumbers, Golden Summer, Golden Hour. That was so off. Her last album, Golden Hour, was awesome. I liked it all. It was sonically cohesive. It felt like a solid work of art. It didn't take country too far. It rooted itself in other genres as well. And I like that about Kacey Musgraves. I've looked into this album a little bit. Star-Crossed, of course, being a reference to Romeo and Juliet, the tragedy, and that this album has to do with her heartbreak from the divorce she had with her ex-husband, Kelly, Rustin Kelly, I believe. And same producers as Golden Hour, so that's good news. Hopefully they add similar elements that they did to Golden Hour, because I really liked that. So let's do it. Let's start it out. Starting with Star-Crossed.
I signed the papers yesterday.
I wasn't pumped about the song at first, and then the kick hit in, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with this.
You came and took your things away.
Several really interesting elements on that song. When I first started the song, my initial thought was, oh boy, is another artist doing just one of those slow, just meh songs as the starter for their album? And the harmonies sound great. I like how, there's interesting panning going on, but just not my thing. That's what I was thinking. And then the guitar came in. I was like, oh, well, this is interesting. Kind of a Spanish sounding guitar, kind of fits with that, old storytelling thing you see at the beginning of some movies where it's like, I'm telling a story, and then the little harps, and there were a lot of really interesting strings going on, and I thought, okay. And then that electronic kick came in, just like boom, 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 and I was like, oh, something's going on. Like this isn't my standard intro. And then the song kept building and building, adding electric guitars and all these synths, and I was like, whoa! It built to a level that is phenomenal. It just kept going and going until it got to the point where I was just like, okay, now this is something that's got me hyped, and now I'm excited for the next song, which is what a first song should do. It should make me excited for the album. Let's hear the second song, Good Wife.
God help me be a good wife.
I did not expect that R&B switch up transition. That was cool.
'Cause he needs me.
That was sick. I really liked a lot about that song. I like that transition. It felt just like a normal country song, and then the bass kicks in, and that bass gets dirty at some points. I like how they had the changing tone of the bass. At some points they had kind of a flanger on it. At some points they had that distortion running heavy. Never sounded out of place. The blending of genres was really, really cool. It reminded me of Christina Applegate. Is that her name? I'm not 100% sure. The drums were cool. I liked that they kept a consistent drum sound from song to song. No complaints from me. And lyrics were simple at points, but really good. Without you, it wouldn't be the same. Like I like the line of like, I could do this on my own, but without you, it's house isn't a home. Like, it's simple, but it fits the circumstance. Good heartbreak song. It's a good song because it hits a zone that I feel like I don't hear enough songs about. You don't hear enough songs written from the perspective of, hey, this relationship isn't necessarily working out, and I'm just trying to do the best I can to be a good partner in this relationship. She does a great job. Next song, Cherry Blossom.
I'm your cherry blossom, baby.
That transition from verse to chorus, just like, I just don't like it. It's a little abrupt. And it's not abrupt in a cool way. It's abrupt in a way that makes me feel like they just didn't get it right.
Don't let me go.
Okay, I'm going to start with some things I liked. That's not my favorite song on the album. It's probably my least favorite so far. I liked the snare sound a lot. It was really cool. I liked the melodies. There were a lot of great melodies. I liked the synth sound. There was one instrument that I'm sure was Japanese in nature because it's called Cherry Blossom. And it was cool. I liked the sounds of the acoustic guitar. Probably best sounding acoustic guitars on the album so far. Now, I don't think the writing was especially good on this song. It was just kind of unrelatable. I didn't really get the message. Maybe it was just like, fell in love in Tokyo. It just didn't feel relatable or interesting to me. But I feel like there's some hidden gems in there for her. You know, I feel like this is a song she feels because Tokyo has something to do with her relationship. And so I feel like there were codes in it that just didn't translate. And it felt like if we're going chronologically, like I wouldn't have put this song after Good Wife. I would have put Good Wife after this song because it sounds like a we met each other song. Just not my cup of tea. Let's look at Simple Times.
Wish that I could put this game on pause, skip this round, take the headset off,
Okay, I didn't like the synth, the post-chorus synth. I just felt like the tone was a little harsh. Besides that, I loved the song. I thought it was brilliant. The songwriting was awesome. It was so relatable. She made references that are common and well understood for, you know, a general audience. And she didn't take the approach I thought she would, which is that nostalgic feeling of, oh, we didn't know that they were simple times when they were simple times. Instead, the point of the song was, I wish I could be living in a simple time right now because the time I'm living in is not simple and I don't like it. And I want to just be out of it. Which is a sentiment I think everybody has gone through, where they're in a moment that they're just like, this moment sucks. Like, I don't want to be in this moment. It's really well articulated. And the melodies work really, really well with it. Really just missing those simple times, I'm cool with that one. That one's good. Okay, if this was a movie, Kacey Musgraves would be one of the stars, that's for sure, because she's a big deal.
your name. If this was a movie.
Great visual songwriting going on in that song. Production-wise, it wasn't the most exciting. Kind of had to give a more chill vibe. There was some really interesting guitar production going on. I liked the kind of percussive sounds that they had for the guitar in the second verse. Thought that was cool. In general, though, not really my cup of tea. Just not enough going on that I thought was super interesting. And I felt like they had inserted moments into the song to try to make it more exciting by like changing up the vocal production, you know, giving that megaphone effect near the end of the second verse. And it just didn't fly well because she's saying like, if this was a movie, it would play out different. And I thought to myself while I was listening to it, like, well, if it was Marriage Story, then it'd probably be pretty similar. Stupid joke, I know. Okay, cool. Let's go on to the next song, Justified.
To touch somebody, you know I
like how that second verse has just like the bass and the vocal. Sick.
try to make that you. When you lie.
I liked the production on that one. I liked the second verse a lot. A lot of the wordplay was really fun. Just a littles going on in the bridge were good. I liked the time progression storyline going through seasons. It wasn't painful because I feel like some lyricists, when they're going through changing seasons, they get a little dramatic. But hers was pretty straight up. This happened, then this happened. And now I'm sad. It's okay that I'm a little sad. Overall good, but I just didn't like the payoff in the chorus. I'm more than just a little justified. I feel like the melody was just subpar for the chorus because I like the rest of it. Next song is Angel. Whoa. That transition from the verse to the pre-chorus is brilliant. I just loved the progression there and the melody, the melody change was awesome. Or maybe that was a chorus, but yeah, it was a chorus. Great transition.
I'd pull you out of the darkness.
Oh man. Got me like tearing up. That was good. It was a very beautiful song. Yeah, I didn't love the doubling of the vocal in the verses, but the melodies were so strong, and the way that the synths kind of lifted the song in this really pretty way. The acoustic guitars were great. The message was awesome. If I was perfect, we wouldn't be going through this. It's a blame myself song. It's a like I'm the problem song. I feel like those can be so pretty. A lot of my favorite songs are those types of songs. It just communicates with my soul a little bit. I did not expect to get like teary. I am a mess. I am so sorry. Instant playlist. Best of 2021. That was a phenomenal song. Oh, man. Okay. Breadwinner.
I'm telling you, it's gonna hurt. Stay away from a boy like that. He wants a
I just realized that this song was about gold diggers. And I was like, oh, okay.
breadwinner. He wants your dinner until he ate.
Really like the kick on that song, especially the kick during the boom, 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 boom. That plays it like the intro. It plays it a few different parts at the end too. The message of the song was really well told. You don't really hear this type of song. I liked hearing it from a woman's point of view. Like, yeah, I don't want a gold digger either, you know? And I realized that I need to watch out for these types of people who are just in it for my money. Should have listened to Kanye. Cool song. I liked the rhyme scheme in the chorus, the AAB, AAB, and then CCC. Yeah, no complaints. I mean, it didn't give like an intense emotional reaction to me like Angel did, but it was great still. Good songwriting. Production maybe not my favorite, but it worked for the song well. Next song is Camera Roll.
There's one where we looked so in love before we lost all the sun. And I
Oh, wow, what a great modern breakup song. That's a brilliant piece of poetry right there. It's good writing, good understanding, good songwriting. That's such a relatable idea, you know, when you break up with someone and you go through your camera because you still care about them and you're looking at the photos and you're like, oh, this sucks. Different things that just remind you of the person. It's so relatable, and it conveyed a lot of emotions beyond just like looking at a camera roll that I liked. The pictures kind of represented the memories. I don't want to erase those memories because I cherish those memories. I'm just sad that it didn't work out. I like the last few lines. There's one where we look so in love before we lost all the sun and I made you take it. It's great because it's, you know, they didn't want to lose the sun to be able to take a picture, and they also was a picture that was taken before they lost the light in their relationship. Sad and terrible, and I like the kind of sad acoustic vibes, the arpeggiation. Kacey Musgraves isn't the type to have like a lot of twang in her songs. Solid sonic cohesion throughout this album. Easier said.
it ain't easy.
That chorus is far superior to the verse of this song. Production-wise, message-wise, writing, just everything. Melodies.
It ain't easy.
Chorus is phenomenal. The verse, on the other hand, is falling into some songwriting tropes that I think are like pitfalls that people should watch out for. Writing about writing. Whenever someone writes about writing, I'm just like, you trying to be meta? I don't know. It's just a pet peeve of mine. Some songs do it well. These Words, Natasha Bedingfield, still a great song. The pad on it. I just didn't like that pad. It put me to sleep a little bit. A little soporific. Not my cup of tea with that pad. The chorus was phenomenal, though. Really like that chorus. Hookup scene.
Empty, more lonely than before, and you lay beside.
A lot of things I really liked in the guitar work on that song. I like the different acoustic guitars on the left and right ear. Interesting song. I think Kacey Musgraves is consistently good at finding songs that aren't written about before. Kind of reminds me of like Julia Michaels, which is a similar thing. Hooking up is not fun. I'd rather be in a relationship. So next time you're thinking about breaking up with someone in a relationship, or you're thinking of how you should treat this person, remember, it sucks to be alone. And hooking up isn't fun. Good moral reminder, honestly. Next song is Keep Looking Up.
Got around, and my daddy said, keep looking up, don't let the world bring.
Great, hopeful song. Production's solid. I like the kind of driving beats. The only flaw with that song is that I just don't love it. Yeah, the second verse isn't as good. It's not as really, like, if I felt like the first verse was implying that there was going to be some storytelling. I wish the second verse would have worked off of that more Instead, it kind of just went more toward what one sees when they look up. What Doesn't Kill Me.
I've been to hell and back. Golden hour faded black. Say that it.
That song has a lot of single potential, What Doesn't Kill Me, in terms of production. The groove is great. The kind of way that it explodes more in the choruses, it's cool. The chorus melody itself isn't the most interesting. It's semi-catchy, not super catchy, but it's just not that interesting. It's not that intriguing. Let's look at There Is a Light. Here's a joke for you. What happens when a superior songwriter decides that she's just not in it today? The producers add an entire flute solo over the whole track. It was so strange. So many flutes, so much flute stuff going on. Great flute playing. That song has phenomenal flute playing. That songwriting was just phoned in though, so hard. Was not interesting. What are you trying to pull here, Kacey Musgraves? Thought you could fool us with dope flute solos to make us think you actually wrote a good song. Production is so good on that song. That's phenomenal. The drums are sick. Guitars are great. Just everything is flowing. The songwriting sucks. There is a light inside of me. Okay, Gracias a la Vida. So I like how the production closes with a similar sounding guitar and weird vocal stuff going on. A lot of strange choices production-wise. They don't sound bad. They add an interest to a song. Otherwise, doesn't have like the best performance of the song. I feel like Gracias a la Vida might have been the wrong choice for the ending of the album. I don't see why she would do it. Maybe, like, I wish there was an explanation there. Maybe there is. Maybe you guys know if you want to put in the comments why she chose Gracias a la Vida. I mean, it's a great song. I've heard it before, but I feel like the other version's better. She is singing better than some. There's some singers in Spanish who I don't care for when they sing in Spanish because they're not Spanish singers. I'm looking at you, Josh Groban. Josh Groban cannot sing in Spanish. He should not. He shouldn't sing in Spanish. I'm saying this is a guy who's a white guy who speaks Spanish and sings in Spanish, so not exactly your most reliable source. Weird choice to end it. Okay, overall impressions of the album. It was good. At points, the songwriting was phenomenal, and at other points, it was just kind of mediocre, which is not something I'm expecting from Kacey Musgraves, especially coming off of Golden Hour, where all the songwriting is pretty spectacular. And you know, that's why we kind of turned to Kacey Musgraves. We turned for the good songwriting. I was expecting a little more flow to the album. It felt like the sequencing wasn't purposeful enough. Production was, for like 95% of the album, was just fire and really, really good production. But that songwriting just came up a little short, which is strange to me because I feel like Kacey Musgraves normally doesn't come up short. Just some little tweaks would have helped a lot. The probability that this album wins Best Country Album of the Year, to me, is high. Overall, I'm going to give the album 2 out of 3 stars. You can see my star ranking system in the description. Some really good songs. There's a few songs that are really good. One that made me like just tear up, which is not common. And then others that were just subpar. That's the album review. Hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Normally I would go over other music that came out this week at this end of a video of a like album review, but there wasn't really anything striking, so I'm not gonna do that because I just wasn't impressed by anything particularly. Got a new album coming out October 5th. Make sure to pre-save it. Link is in the description. Yeah, that's all I got. Catch you on the flip.